I want to challenge something you believe right now. Something that has been told to you, directly or indirectly, by fitness culture, by well-meaning family members, by the silence of a medical system that rarely talks about exercise after 70.
You believe that rebuilding muscle after 60 requires a gym, that it requires an hour of your day, that it requires equipment and a trainer and a level of physical capacity you are no longer sure you have. And underneath all of that, the belief that sits quietest and does the most damage. You believe it might already be too late. I am here today to tell you that every single one of those beliefs is wrong, not partially wrong, not situationally wrong, wrong. And the research that proves it, from Tufts University, from Harvard, from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, is some of the most exciting science in all of senior medicine right now. Because what researchers have discovered about the aging muscle, about its capacity for growth, repair, and rebuilding well into the 8th and 9th decade of life, contradicts everything the culture has told you. Your muscles have not given up on you. They are waiting for you to give them 10 minutes. I am Dr. Sage Green, and today I am going to show you exactly why 10 minutes is enough, and exactly what to do with those 10 minutes to rebuild the strength, stability, and physical confidence that you thought was behind you. Why this cannot wait. Before the science and before the routine, I need to tell you why this matters right now, not next month, now. After the age of 60, the body loses between 1 and 3% of its muscle mass every single year without active resistance training. That process, called sarcopenia, does not feel dramatic. It feels like gradually needing to hold the railing on stairs, like getting up from a chair taking more effort than it used to, like walking feeling heavier by the end of the day. But the consequences of unchecked sarcopenia are severe. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors with significant muscle weakness had a 72% higher risk of mobility disability within 5 years, and a dramatically increased risk of fall-related hospitalization, nursing home admission, and early mortality, 72%, from muscle loss that most seniors never actively address because nobody told them they could reverse it. The good news, and I mean this as a clinical fact, not encouragement, is that muscle tissue in the human body retains its capacity for growth and repair well into the 9th decade of life. The biology of muscle rebuilding does not switch off with age. It slows. It requires more precise stimulation, but it responds. The question is not whether your body can rebuild muscle. It can. The question is whether you are giving it the signal to do so. 10 minutes a day is that signal. And here is why. The science. Why 10 minutes is genuinely enough. The muscle biology that makes this possible, and why longer is not always better. The muscle rebuilding process begins with a signal called mechanical tension. When a muscle fiber is asked to contract against resistance, any resistance, including body weight, it experiences microscopic damage at the cellular level, small tears in the muscle fiber proteins. Your body's response to that damage is repair and growth, replacing the damaged proteins with new, stronger ones. This process is called muscle protein synthesis. Here's what most seniors are never told about muscle protein synthesis. The stimulus for it, the mechanical tension that triggers the entire process, does not require long duration. It requires adequate intensity relative to the muscle's current capacity. A groundbreaking study from McMaster University found that resistance exercise performed to the point of momentary muscular fatigue, the point where completing one more repetition becomes genuinely difficult, produced identical muscle protein synthesis rates regardless of whether participants used heavy weights for fewer repetitions or lighter resistance for more repetitions. What mattered was not the load, it was reaching that threshold of effort, and research from Tufts University, the same institution whose work on senior exercise has shaped geriatric medicine for 3 decades, found that adults between the ages of 72 and 98 who performed twice-weekly progressive resistance training for just 10 weeks showed an average 113% increase in strength. 113% in 10 weeks, in people as old as 98. But why 10 minutes specifically? A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that a single set of resistance exercise performed to fatigue produced muscle protein synthesis rates equivalent to 3 sets of the same exercise in older adults because the aging muscle, when properly stimulated, responds to quality of signal rather than volume of signal. One focused, effortful set per muscle group, performed correctly, is enough to trigger the rebuilding process, and 6 focused exercises covering the major muscle groups of the lower body, upper body, and core can be completed in 10 minutes. This is not a shortcut. This is the science of efficient stimulus. Now, there is one additional factor that transforms the effectiveness of this approach for seniors specifically. And it is something you need to understand before we get to the routine. After the age of 65, the body develops what researchers call anabolic resistance. The muscle becomes less sensitive to the protein signals that drive growth. To overcome this, two things are required simultaneously: the mechanical stimulus of resistance exercise, and adequate protein consumed within 30 minutes of completing that exercise. This post-exercise protein window is not optional for seniors. Research from Tufts University found that protein consumed in the 30 minutes following resistance exercise increased muscle protein synthesis by 50% above exercise alone in adults over 65. The routine I'm about to give you takes 10 minutes. The protein that makes it work takes 30 seconds. A glass of milk, a small serving of Greek yogurt, or a hard-boiled egg immediately afterward. 10 minutes of movement, 30 seconds of protein, every single day. That is the complete stimulus your muscles have been waiting for. I want to tell you about one patient before we get into the routine. Eleanor, 81 years old, retired school principal from Charlotte, North Carolina. Eleanor came to me using a cane, not because of a specific injury, but because her legs had become unreliable. She was afraid of falling. She had stopped doing things she loved because she did not trust her own body. Her previous physician had told her that at 81, muscle loss was simply part of aging, that she should focus on not falling rather than on rebuilding. I disagreed. We started Eleanor on this exact routine, 10 minutes every morning, no equipment. Within 6 weeks, she was completing it without stopping. Within 3 months, she had put the cane in her closet. At her 6-month follow-up, she walked into my office unassisted and told me she had danced at her granddaughter's wedding the previous weekend. She was 81 years old. If Eleanor's muscles responded, yours will too. Call to action. If this video is giving you something real, subscribe to Evergreen Wellness right now and leave a like. That single action brings this information to more seniors who need it as urgently as you do. Subscribe, and let us get into the routine. The 10-minute routine. 6 exercises, 10 minutes, no equipment, every day. Before we begin, 2 rules that apply to every exercise in this routine. Rule 1. Move slowly and with control. The muscle-building stimulus comes from controlled movement, not speed. Each repetition should take approximately 3 seconds to complete and 3 seconds to return. Slow movement increases mechanical tension and dramatically reduces injury risk. Rule 2. Work toward your edge, but never through pain. Muscle fatigue is expected and productive. Joint pain is a signal to stop and modify. Let us begin. Exercise 1. Sit to stand, 60 seconds. This is the most functionally important exercise in senior fitness. It trains the quadriceps, glutes, and hip flexors, the muscles responsible for getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, and preventing falls. Sit at the edge of a sturdy chair with feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them forward. Press through your heels and stand up slowly, taking 3 full seconds to rise. Pause at the top for 1 second. Lower back down slowly, 3 seconds. That is 1 repetition. If you cannot stand without using your hands initially, use them. The goal over time is to need them less. Work continuously for 60 seconds. What you are feeling in your thighs and seat at the end of those 60 seconds, that burning, that fatigue, is mechanical tension. That is the signal. That is what builds the muscle. Exercise 2. Wall push-up. 60 seconds. This trains the chest, shoulders, and triceps, the upper body muscles responsible for pushing yourself up from a surface, reaching overhead, and maintaining upper body independence. Stand facing a wall, arms extended, palms flat against the wall at shoulder height. Step back until your arms are nearly straight, keeping your body in a straight line from head to heels. Bend your elbows slowly, 3 seconds, until your nose nearly touches the wall. Push back slowly, 3 seconds. Repeat continuously for 60 seconds. For seniors with good upper body strength, move further from the wall to increase the angle and the resistance. For seniors building from a lower baseline, stay closer to the wall. The range of difficulty this exercise accommodates makes it appropriate for virtually any fitness level. Exercise 3. Standing calf raise, 60 seconds. This trains the calves and ankles, muscles critical for balance, walking stability, and preventing falls. Research from the University of Sydney found that calf strength was one of the strongest predictors of fall prevention in adults over 70. Stand behind a sturdy chair, hands resting lightly on the back for balance support, not leaning on it. Rise slowly onto the balls of your feet, 3 seconds up. Pause at the top for 1 second. Lower slowly, 3 seconds. Repeat for 60 seconds. If this becomes easy, try performing it on one foot at a time, alternating feet, for a dramatically increased balance and strength stimulus. Exercise 4, seated leg extension, 60 seconds. This isolates the quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of the thigh that are the primary muscles lost in senior sarcopenia and the primary muscles responsible for walking speed, stair climbing, and fall prevention. Sit upright at the edge of a chair, feet flat on the floor. Slowly extend one leg until it is straight, 3 seconds. Hold for 1 second at the top. Lower slowly, 3 seconds. Alternate legs. Continue for 60 seconds. For increased resistance, a light ankle weight can be added as strength improves, but body weight alone, performed slowly and with full effort, is sufficient stimulus for most seniors. Exercise 5, standing hip hinge, 60 seconds. This trains the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. The posterior chain that supports upright posture, protects the lumbar spine, and is one of the most undertrained muscle groups in seniors. Stand with feet hip-width apart, hands resting on a chair back for light support if needed. With a slight bend in the knees, push your hips backward as you hinge forward at the waist, imagining your hips moving back toward a wall behind you, until your torso is at approximately 45 degrees. Feel the tension in your hamstrings and glutes. Slowly return to standing by, driving your hips forward. 3 seconds each direction. Repeat for 60 seconds. This exercise directly counteracts the forward hunched posture that develops with age and that places chronic strain on the lumbar spine. Exercise 6. Standing overhead. Reach with hold. 60 seconds. This trains the shoulders, upper back, and core stabilizers and simultaneously challenges balance, which research from the National Institute on Aging identifies as the most critical physical attribute for fall prevention in seniors. Stand with feet hip-width apart without holding anything. Raise both arms slowly overhead, 3 seconds, reaching as tall as you can while keeping your heels on the floor. Hold at the top for 3 seconds. Lower slowly, 3 seconds. Repeat for 60 seconds. If balance is challenging, perform this exercise with your back against a wall initially. As balance improves, move away from the wall. The balance challenge of unsupported overhead reaching activates the deep stabilizing muscles of the core and lower body in a way that seated exercises cannot replicate. The complete protocol. Summary. 6 exercises, 10 minutes, every single day. Number 1. Sit to stand targets. Quads, glutes, hip flexors. Duration, 60 seconds. Number 2. Wall push-up. Targets. Chest, shoulders, triceps. Duration, 60 seconds. Number 3. Standing calf. Raise targets. Calves, ankles, balance. Duration, 60 seconds. Number 4. Seated leg extension. Targets, quadriceps. Duration, 60 seconds. Number 5. Standing hip hinge. Targets, glutes, hamstrings, lower back. Duration, 60 seconds. Number 6. Overhead, reach with hold. Targets, shoulders, core, balance. 60 seconds. Rest 30 seconds between each exercise. Total time, including rest, approximately 9 to 10 minutes. Immediately after completing the routine, within 30 minutes, consume a protein source, Greek yogurt, a glass of whole milk, 2 hard-boiled eggs, a small serving of cottage cheese. Any complete protein source that you can consume quickly and easily. That protein is what your muscles will use to build. The exercise opened the door. The protein walks through it. Perform this routine every morning. Before the demands of the day give you a reason not to. Before breakfast if possible, which has the added benefit of aligning with the morning cortisol awakening response that primes your muscles for movement. In the first 2 weeks, you will feel the fatigue of each exercise more intensely than you will later. That is your muscles responding. That fatigue is not damage, it is dialogue. Your body and your muscles talking to each other for the first time in a long time. By week 4, you will notice something. The exercises that felt genuinely effortful in week 1 will begin to feel more manageable. When that happens, add 5 more repetitions to each exercise, or slow your tempo further, or add a light resistance band to the movements that allow it. Progressive overload, the gradual increase of stimulus over time, is what drives continued strength gains. The routine evolves as you do. Your muscles have not given up on you. The research is unambiguous on this. The biology is clear. The evidence from adults in their 80s and 90s who began resistance training and rebuilt meaningful strength is documented and reproducible. What has been missing, for most seniors, for most of their lives, is not the ability. It is the information. You have that information now. 10 minutes, starting tomorrow morning. Your body is ready, and it has been waiting. Summary recap. The science. Muscle protein synthesis triggered by mechanical tension requires intensity, not duration. One focused set per muscle group, performed to fatigue, is sufficient stimulus in older adults. 10 minutes covers all major muscle groups. The anabolic window, protein consumed within 30 minutes of exercise, increases muscle protein synthesis by 50% in seniors. The routine is not complete without it. The routine, 6 exercises, 60 seconds each, 30 seconds rest between. Sit to stand, wall push-up, calf raise, seated leg extension, hip hinge, overhead reach every morning. The progression: when exercises feel manageable, add repetitions, slow your tempo, or add light resistance. Progressive overload is what drives continued gains. 10 minutes, every day, starting tomorrow. Final call to action: share this video with a senior you love who has been told it is too late. It is not too late. Subscribe to Evergreen Wellness for weekly research-backed senior health content that gives you back what decline tried to take. Subscribe, turn on the bell. See you next week. Take care of yourselves. Medical disclaimer: this video is for general educational purposes only. Before beginning any new exercise program, particularly if you are managing cardiovascular conditions, joint problems, osteoporosis, or balance issues, please consult your physician. Start slowly, listen to your body, and work within your current physical capacity. The exercises presented here are designed to be low impact and accessible, but individual health circumstances vary. Your physician knows your body. Work with them.